सिखाता, संतुलन आचरण में लाता। योग मानव को संयम सिखाता, संतुलन आचरण में लाता। आत्मा और परमात्मा का ये मिलन हर घड़ी है कराता। योग महिमा हो, योग महिमा कभी कम न होगी। मेरे प्यारो बनो राजयोगी, जिंदगी में परम शांति होगी। मेरे प्यारो बनो राजयोगी, राजयोगी बनो राजयोगी। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति, 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 शांति। राजयोगी बनो राजयोगी। मेरे प्यारो बनो राजयोगी, राजयोगी बनो राजयोगी। मेरे प्यारो बनो राजयोगी, राजयोगी बनो राजयोगी। जिंदगी में परम शांति होगी। मेरे प्यारो बनो राजयोगी, राजयोगी बनो राजयोगी। मन का दर्पण दमकने लगेगा, आत्मचिंतन चमकने लगेगा। मन का दर्पण दमकने लगेगा, आत्मचिंतन चमकने लगेगा। योग पथ पर जरा चल के देखो, सारा जीवन महकने लगेगा। सारी काया हो, संतुलन आचरण में है लाता। योग मानव को संयम सिखाता, संतुलन आचरण में है लाता। आत्मा और परमात्मा का ये मिलन हर घड़ी है कराता। योग महिमा हो, योग महिमा कभी कम न होगी। मेरे प्यारो बनो राजयोगी, जिंदगी में परम शांति होगी। मेरे प्यारो बनो राजयोगी, राजयोगी बनो राजयोगी। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति, 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 शांति।
Fly with me beyond the clouds, to a place I have seen beyond the clouds. Every breath full of love takes me home. Letting go.
Do you remember the place we used to be? Do you still recall the lightness in the air? And do you still see the smiling faces in this wonder world called heaven? Do still think of the times when you were free in this golden world called heaven, and everywhere the love shining from the faces. Do you still believe in this magic? Do you believe in heaven? Believe in heaven. Is it a dream or is this reality? Is it past or yet to come? Just look within, you'll find we were and again will be together in heaven. Together in heaven. Together in together in always together. Together in always together. Together in
राजयोगी बनो राजयोगी मेरे प्यारों बनो राजयोगी राजयोगी बनो राजयोगी मेरे प्यारों बनो राजयोगी राजयोगी बनो राजयोगी जिंदगी में परम शांति होगी मेरे प्यारों बनो राजयोगी राजयोगी बनो राजयोगी मन का दर्पण दमकने लगेगा आत्मचिंतन चमकने लगेगा मन का दर्पण दमकने लगेगा आत्मचिंतन चमकने लगेगा योग पथ पर जरा चल के देखो सारा जीवन महकने लगेगा सारी काया हो सारी संतुलन आचरण में लाता। योग मानव को संयम सिखाता, संतुलन आचरण में लाता। आत्मा और पर
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this celebration of life ceremony at Belgroves Funeral Home. Please note that our washrooms are located to the north on your immediate left as you exit the building. Also, please take this opportunity to switch off or place your cell phones on silent. In the event of an emergency, an alarm will sound and an official of Belgroves Funeral Home will direct you to the nearest exit towards the muster point. The exits are clearly marked, one through the back, you turn right leading through the main entrance, and one to the south immediately outside the chapel and to the left. Our muster point is located to the northwest end of the car park near the Hindu Gardens. No emergency drills are planned for today. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please remain calm. Exit the building using the nearest exit doors and head towards the muster point. At the muster point, please check to see that everyone in your party is present and immediately inform a Belgroves official if anyone is missing. Please note that all Belgroves officials are easily identified by the company's ID badge. If for any reason you find yourself in need of any assistance, please do not hesitate to call on us. Thank you for your attention.
Hello, good day, everyone. My name is Lionel, lovingly known to my nanny Sumati as Stephen, which some of you also call me. On behalf of Lalu Mathura, who I call my Nana Tank, and his family, I would like to welcome you all and thank you all for coming today. As we gather to honor and celebrate the life of Sumati Mathura, a stalwart of our family, I invite you to do so intentionally. My Nani lived her life with a nobility that behooves us, instills in us a responsibility to acknowledge, hold space for, and ground the kaleidoscope of emotions that are inevitable when moving through an event as poignant as this one. Drawing from her example of eternal optimism and embracing her belief that this is simply a transition out of this physical form, we can weave ourselves together with strength, compassion, and love, deepening our bonds and giving life to the legacy of Sister Sumati. So let us begin with a moment of silence, which will be followed by true heart bliss. May we have that moment now, please. Thank you.
past is dark, as the burning light inside the self has lost its spark. The form of destroyers from within changes us from spirit into skin. The face in the mirror has no crown of light. The inner eye of a love deceived has lost its sight. True heart, we can never be apart. I don't want it any other way. Sweet song, a soundless chant that lingers on. A fire of love creates the golden day. True heart, the art of dancing in the mind, as the silent mantra once again we find, like a shadow lifted from our very soul, as the link of love begins to take control. The mirror of illusion is no more. The travelers stand again upon the shore. A journey that has taken us so very far, from a world of mortals to a shining star. True heart, we can never be apart. I don't want it any other way. Sweet song, a soundless chant that lingers on. A fire of love creates the golden day. True heart, we can never be apart. I don't want it any other way. Sweet song, a soundless chant that lingers on. A fire of love creates the golden day. True
Now I'd like to invite Sister Hemlata and the BK sisters to lead us through the ceremony. And Brother Harry will give us an explanation of the ceremony.
It's okay. Om Shanti. Om means I am soul. Shanti, peace. When used together, as we greet each other at the Raja Yoga Center, it means I am a soul who is peaceful, or a peaceful soul. There are 4 things which are most important to life. The first one is to understand who am I. For this reason, what is being done, and I think that's what the sisters are doing there at the moment, is firstly to place a tika in the center of the forehead. In the center of the forehead, which is refers to as the seat of the third eye, which is located, of course, between the 2 physical eyes. So first of all is who am I? A soul, a spiritual being, a divine light. Secondly, whom do I belong to? Each and every one of us, it's important to know our identity. And for this reason, as members of the Raja Yoga Center, who believe in the one Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, and those persons who are following the path of the Raja Yoga Center, we usually have a pin or a badge that indicates that. So the sisters must have also placed a badge, which is the symbol of identity, or whom do I belong to? And that belongingness is, we say we all belong to one God, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. The third thing is flowers are being offered, and flowers signify our relationship in this world. It refers to the values and qualities that we exemplify in our lives. And the fourth thing is perfume we offer, and perfume also is an extension of the relationships that we have in this world. And this is why, like the sweetness, when we talk about somebody is very sweet or they're very loving, so we use the perfume. And then when the body is about to go into the incinerator, what is normally done is that we don't have chandan wood here, but we use the pitch pine. And you will put a little piece of that pitch pine wood at the lips. On top of that, for easy for it to light, we will use the camphor. And the reason for this is, it is believed that the mouth or the tongue is like a sword, as well as it is like needle and thread. With these very mouth and tongue, we can speak such words that we can destroy the best of relationships. And at the same time, you can also speak such words that you will create a relationship, as Brother Lalu and Sumati have maintained for 69 long years, until this day that the both have separated. So these are the 4 things really. Who am I? The tika, I am the soul, a point of light, the life force in the center of the forehead. Whom do I belong to? The badge. Belong to the Brahma Kumaris, who believe in one God, the Supreme Being, offering the flowers, the virtues that we practice in our lives, the perfume, the way we use our senses, our mouth, our tongue, etc. And as I said, it is because of this that we light the fire at that point. I was trying to observe before I speak to you what the sisters were doing. I want to believe, I think they were putting pieces of gold, is it? I don't know. Oh, okay. But in some traditions also, in our typical Hindu tradition, when you go to funerals, you will see they put pieces of gold at all the point of, or we say the whole, like the eyes, nose, etc. And it's like do good, be good, etc. Okay? So this is in simple, the ceremony or whatever they have simply done. And so I also brought a few fresh flowers because when I visit the home, They said she loves so much her garden. And I thought also that I can bring a few fresh flowers. So I will also like to offer this to show the relationship that I have had with this family. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Brother Harry. And now we'll have the malas. So, Nana? Thank you. And now I invite Sister Jasmine to deliver an inspirational message.
Thank you, dear Steve. It is indeed a solemn moment, but at the same time, Sister Drupati would like all of you to smile. Give her a smile. She always wanted us to smile deep from the heart. May I say to you, Om Shanti, or greetings of peace, on behalf of our Chief Administrative Head, Daddy Ratan Mohini, from our headquarters, Mount Abu, Rajasthan, India, together with our Chief Joint Administrative Head, Sister Mohini, as well as our Chief Joint Administrative Head, Sister Jayanti, and also on behalf of our dear own sister Himlata, who is our spiritual head of the Brahmakumaris, as well as the sub-regional coordinator of the Caribbean, as well as the rest of the Raj Yoga BK family. And on behalf of all of you, I say to you that this is indeed a time to give support, moral and spiritual support, and our love to Brother Lalu, who is the star of the show and has always been, together with our dear Sister Shanti, Nalita, Nyala, Sister Drupati. She may be the queen of the show now, and Moti. I'm sure she calls Motilal Moti, not so? It's too hard to say Motilal. So Moti. And Anjani, dearest niece, together with the rest of the dear friends and family, we stand hand in hand with you at this hour of need. Our dear sister Sumati was not ordinary. She was the epitome of a true yogi life in bliss. And that she was the one who really showed the embodiment of all virtues in her life. She took the study of Raja Yoga, meditation, to heart. She was very simple, very humble, sweet, loving, and caring. She was not just the mother of her two daughters and granddaughter, but she was a world mother. She wanted everyone to be happy, and she wanted everyone to be cared for. Such was Sister Sumati, inculcating all the virtues of life. Her denouement was one that was quite evident in her sweet, gentle voice. Did you ever hear her raise her voice to Brother Lalu? I don't think so. I guess in growing up, she had to have the balance of love and law. Sometimes she could have been more lawful when Brother Lalu was more loveful, or the other way around, you can say. But she was one who had a royal personality. What will you say about her beauty? Not being body conscious, but I found her personally to be beautiful. And also, not forgetting, yes, the $1 million smile. She won the hearts of many with that. I think Sister Sumati and Brother Lalu was a great team of the same caliber of people. And they kept a balance with each other. I think they would have helped each other to mold each other on the spiritual path, and also to keep the family so close-knit with the bond of love. And this could only happen by applying spirituality in the daily life. If you would know Sister Sumati's daily routine, it will hit on the nail of following the T, to the T, the daily routine. Starting with waking up early in the morning. Some of you might feel it's so ungodly to wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, but she did it. Showered and got in front of God in meditation to feel that relationship with God. And she was sure she had a little bit of sins of the past, but so she wanted to burn it, and that helped. And she wanted to also spread vibrations to the world, to bring people together in love. And one of the best things about her, I think Brother Lalo will attest to this, she was the best godly student. Not so, Brother Lalo? Because she would study and take notes. And what you will tell her? She will pass. Not so? She will pass. I think we need to give him, he was really the tutor. We need to give him a round of applause. He was the one who supported her on the path so much. So she would study, get up early in the morning and follow the routine. And with Sister Shanti, she would be ready for the Murli on Zoom. Not failing a day. Not failing a day, the 6 o'clock class. And would really listen from deep within her heart. The Murli, for those of you who don't know, is the godly versions, like the sermon that we read in the morning hours, to inculcate the lessons, to teach us the virtues, how to live a spiritual life, how to follow the path of spirituality. And so, doing this, she was able to recognize her true self as a soul, applying spirituality in the daily life. We all are sitting here and we think, yes, we are bodies, we are okay, we are walking about, seeing each other. But deeper within that is a shining point of light called the soul, the spirit or Atma, in the center of the forehead. This was what she was able to experience, to recognize, experience, and apply in her daily life. And for a moment, I would like you to take just a second out and think of yourself as this tiny spark of light in the body. And ask yourself what you like most about yourself as this shining light, this living entity in the body, which is imperishable, eternal, and immortal. This is what we all are. And so when she was able to do that and study the daily studies, and her recognition of God as the Supreme Father of all souls, and applying that in her daily life, she was able to have that union, communion, relationship with God. And God is called by many names, as there are many different languages and religions, but the mere fact remains, there is one God. And through the Brahma Kumari's Raja Yoga studies, we call God by a particular name. Some of you must have heard that name. Shiva, which means the supreme point of light, the powerful source of energy, the father of all souls. But we do not say Shiva. Shiva is like a very official term. Neither do we say God, God. So we use the word Baba. Baba means daddy, dad, or papa. And so she was able to develop a very close relationship with this Shiv Baba, her papa, her most beloved father of all souls. And that helped her to be able to feel the process of purification. Now, we are all here, but we are seeing the coffin here. And this body is lying there. The soul is no longer there because the soul has left. It is eternal, immortal, imperishable. But body is perishable. It will be burned soon and go to ashes. But what lives on and what goes on the onward journey is the soul. But at the same time, Sister Sumati made the kind of effort in her spiritual journey to understand and realize one day it will come for her. And what will we say? One day it will come for all of us. We do not know when and how and why and what, but it will come. Hence we have to prepare. And so she would have understood so clearly that the material things of the world can only take her up to this point. We, our dear ones, her relations and friends, can only take her up to this point. But what goes with her eternally is her good karmas. And therefore, she made effort for that. She understood the law of karma and was able to be one who made such effort that even if there was some karmas of the past or the present, through the process of meditation, she was able to burn it. And she would have done enough good karmas to take with her to the World Upliftment Bank for the future. Such was the effort of this soul. She had clarity, she had understanding. And so she was able to go with ease. As I so often say, Sister Imlata, it's not how you live sometime, but how you live. Live will tell you how you would have lived. She lived a full and satisfying life. And the soul just slipped out so easily, without any struggle, with ease. She did not waste time in struggling. Do you like that? She did not waste time. That is great admiration for the life of such a soul. And she didn't have anybody wasting time behind looking after her. She didn't want that. And so, with this recognition and understanding, the highlight is, what would we do? We're left behind. If you had to say something to Sister Sumati at this point in time, and if you had to give her a gift for her onward journey, what would you say to her, and what would you give her? I will like to ask you to reflect. Pause for a moment and reflect. If I could have sung a song, I would have sung the part for you to reflect. But I'll hum it. Sister Uma, can you help me? Come. Just hum a line of a song or something so they go deep within. Find that sacred space within. And find that word or virtue you'd like to give with her. And the gift of what?
Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti. Om. I'm a peaceful soul.
Thank you, Sister Uma. That is called incidental, okay? So, that would be a gift of a treasured thought, a virtue, that you would want to give from deep within your heart to this soul. She deserves it. And if Sister Sumati were to leave a message, an inspirational message to all of us, what do you think she will say at this point in time? I feel and I think Sister Sumati will say, Brother Lalu Chan, don't go anywhere yet. You better stay here and be strong, because she knows you're strong. Take heed. And Take care of yourself. You have a long way to go yet, for the children's sake, for all of us' sake. You're one of the most beautiful souls on the face of this earth. You deserve the best. And what will she say to the children, the girls? Nal and Shanti? Take care of each other, love each other, be united. And Tanyala, keep your beauty, your inner beauty, and shine out in this world. Use spirituality. And to Sister Drupadi, I thought they were twins when I came to Gyan. This knowledge, sorry. I thought these two sisters were twins. They always stick to each other. And I don't think you could have separated them, like two hands clasped tightly together. And she used to say, Droops. Yes, Sister Sumati would say to you, you're my beautiful sister, but you're a soul. And you're detached. And enjoy the rest of your journey with bliss in bliss. And to Anjani, you better learn to cook early, right? And drive, learn to drive and be independent. Take care. And so she would have this message. And for the rest of all of us, if you didn't know before, one of the secrets of spiritual life is to wake up early in the morning, 4 o'clock. It may sound a bit ungodly for those who are not accustomed, but that's the secret of good living. So take a little time out, open your eyes a little bit in the morning, and remember God as the supreme point of light, and feel God's blessings falling onto you, preparing you for that day. And she would say to all of us, listen or read something spiritual in the early morning hours. Nourish the mind so you can have something to go with throughout the day that will empower you, protect you, and keep you on track. And she would like all of us to be healthy and pay attention to our food. Drink a lot of water and eat some pure food. It may mean vegetarian, if it's even 1 day a week, but try it. It will work. And she will want us to be able to serve humanity through the mind, through our thoughts, words, and action. Improve the quality of the lives of people. We do not have long to go. Time is running out. And what we would have said to her, we said it, we did it, what would she say to us? We did it, she did it. But what will God say to her? She was the jewel of God's eyes. She was dear to God, whom she lovingly called Shiv Baba. And what will he say? Hello, hello, my dearest beloved child. Sum? Think he will call her Sum? Are you surprised to hear from me? Wouldn't a father write to his child? Dear soul, my dear child, I want to tell you how much I love you. Wherever you are, whatever you do, I cannot but love you. Do you know that you pull my mind and my heart? My vision is always upon you. I cannot miss being with you for even a moment. God is saying that to this soul. You are the light of my eyes, the star, child, seated on my heart throne. You are my shining star, child. I place your virtues and specialities before my eyes. You may not know your qualities, but I surely know them. You are my precious jewel, the one whom I constantly carry in my heart. My sweet child, do you know how much you are loved and treasured by me, Shiv Baba, God the Supreme, and by all your dear ones? You thought I was far away, but I am not. You were not afraid that I had forgotten you, but I am always with you. You thought I was not to be understood, but I am like you, just a shining point of light. We are both the same, pure beings. Our form is light, and our nature is love. You and I, we do have so much in common. We are a family. My child, now, come sit with me. God is inviting her to sit with him. Let us be extremely silent. Let us be introspective of mind. Let us be close in heart. Let us be together in peace. Continue to strengthen your light from my light. And no storms will harm you on your onward journey. Continue to put your hand in mine, and sadness will never come to you. You will forever be happy. And finally, she would say, and God will say to us all, remember that we are all on a journey, and everything we do is in our hands. May your dreams come true. May peace be to this dear soul, Sumati. And may we send her off with a joy in our heart. And may her experience true freedom. Let's take one moment and spread vibrations to this dear gem. May the soul rest in peace. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Sister Jasmine. And I'll add to that, something here in the program that Rani Sumati used to say. Don't send me tears. Send me good wishes. Have courage. So I'd like to invite Sister Hemlata to lead us through the meditation experience.
Om Shanti. While sitting and listening to the inspirational talk by Sister Jasmine, I get a few thoughts, I think, before meditation. I think I want to express myself. Our sister, Sister Sumati, was introduced to me through the Sister Drupadi, because we had a center in the Long Circular Road, and that is where she used to come run lunchtime from her work. And she has a lot of enthusiasm, so she introduced Sister Sumati, who was a Lokik sister, and then she introduced Brother Lalu. When Brother Lalu came, he was really very enthusiastic. And what can I do? What can I do? I say, we have the center, we want to have the more center in the central part of the Port of Spain. If she can achieve that one, we'll be happy about that. And in no time, he was able to get the place in Sackville Street. I was surprised. As not we bought, but we achieved. We stay for 25 years, and still we are continuing something which is in the heart of the city. What I can say is this body which we are observing here, in Hindi we call as arthi. Arthi means a chariot without the charioteer. Rath means chariot, and arthi means without the charioteer. So this body which is there, all of us have all of us have our own, we are all charioteer in our own chariot. Difference between her and us is her charioteer has left, separated from the physical body, but nothing is destroyed. What we call as that this leaving the body, taking the body is nothing but changing the dress and address. Every day we physically change our dresses, no? So this is a dress of different kind. As you buy one car, the next car, the next car. So this is a changing the dress and address. Means wherever the soul is, soul will going to take the new dress and new address. So what we can say is, she has not gone. Still you have mother, you have wife, you have sister, you have brother. But only thing is that you don't have the physical communication as we hug and kiss each other. But we have mental, loving feeling. As long as we live and as long as we communicated and create the relationship, we can never be separated from the relations. And that is what is happening here. But in a different level. Not in a physical level, but a spiritual level. And that is what we understand. Wherever you will remember her, she will get the vibrations. Do you know why little children cry? Or they laugh? Many of the mothers and fathers may be knowing that when the children are born, they're sleeping in the deep sleep and still smiling. And they're awake, they smile, they laugh. All that is because of previous relations, how they are remembering the soul. So as her desire is to remember her in a good, vicious way, so we all will remember her. So wherever soul, at present the soul has not gone to the different costume, but at present the soul is embraced in God's love and light. And when the child is embraced in the lap of God's love and light, what comes out of it is emerge the angel with God. As God's blessing we deserve, so her blessing is for all of us. Our thanks towards her, our gratitude towards her, whatever she has given in her lifetime, and then we get her blessing. Anytime you remember, you will get the blessing. And good feelings, and guidance even. Sometimes you get the guidance also. She has lived a life of more than 30 years in this Raj Yoga. Means it's a very elevated life in which we, as Sister Jasmine was saying, that our routine is at 4 o'clock meditation, but means if 4 o'clock meditation means we had to wake up at 3:30 or 3 o'clock to get ready to sit in meditation. And that is a kind of really great help for our own self and a help to the world. So at this moment, we remember with all the good wishes, and we visualize her in the scene of God, playing the different role, enjoying the company with God. Om Shanti. So we all sit quiet as much as possible still. And I will be giving few words as a commentary. And all of you will see how, how deep you can go. Turn your mind within and visualize yourself as tiny little star seated in the center of the forehead. And hold this image in your mind. A sparkling, living, powerful star which is controlling this physical body. And I remind myself, I am a peaceful, loveful, powerful, compassionate, courageous, full of blessings. This is what I am when I am in this physical body. And I turn my mind from inside out in the sky, very far away in the land of the spirits, and visualize the presence of God the Supreme, who is constantly sending His rays in all directions equally, of love, of peace, of happiness, compassion, and wisdom. Tune yourself to these rays and feel that those rays are showering over us. Peace, love, purity, wisdom. Continue to feel, visualize those quality of peace showering over you. And start absorbing those energy as much as possible. Feel that energy surrounding you individually and surrounding you collectively. Feel that energy of peace and love charging this whole room and beyond. And we visualize soul of our beloved sister in front of God the Supreme. Embrace in the light of love and peace, comforting, resting, and the beautiful feeling you feel all of us visualize and witness the soul in the lap of God, the Supreme. And turning into the angelic form, giving blessing, telling bye, and is. And we feel very grateful for these feelings of peace, love. And we come to this region as a soul in this physical body. And we know that this body which is there at present is made of 5 elements, and these 5 elements will go back to the 5 elements. So nor the soul is destroyed, nor the elements of the body is destroyed. All will go to the element, and burning the body is with the high fire of the fire. High fire. Elements go to their original form fastest. Water will go in water, air will go air. So this is a faster way of taking the elements to their own form. And I hope the best for her for the future. Om Shanti. We'll meet again. I will meet Sister Sumati again. In which form, what, and how, I don't know. I'm meeting and I'll be meeting. So happy returns. Thank you.
We welcome Sister Uma, who will sing us a song.
ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से ए मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन परमानंद का अनुभव कर ओ परमानंद अनुभव कर तू धन्य बना जीवन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से ए मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण हे आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे तू सारा जीवन ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे कर ले अभिवादन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से ए मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन ज्योति बिंदु के प्रेम सिंधु में चल आज नहा ले परम पिता का प्रेम पात्र बनकर तू शुभ वर पाले ओ किरण किरण को निरख नयन से ओ किरण किरण को निरख नयन से हो जा मन में मगन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से ए मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन 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 अब चल कर ले मिलन.
Thank you, Sister Uma. Now I invite Auntie Nolita to deliver the eulogy.
Oh, you have it. Thank you, darling. Good afternoon, everyone. Mrs. Sumati Mathura, loving, devoted wife to Lalu for 69 years. She had many names. Sister Sumati, Tanti, Kaki, Mami, Bauji. Who remembers Bauji? Sister-in-law to everyone in Arima. Funny story, she was in the ICU last week. Met a guy there, and he goes, "Oh my God, I can't believe I see Bauji." I was like, haven't heard that one in a while. Blessed with a long life of 88 years, she was the matriarch to both sides of this family. There was no difference. Mamu, Mommy, right, eh? But I think, to make all of you jealous, one of her most enjoyable roles was that of Nani. Not just to Niala, but to every grandchild that called her Nani. That was her joy. She saw a bumper sticker once and she loved it. It said, "If I knew grandchildren were so much fun, I would have had them first." I struggled to decide what to say about this amazing lady. And then, I'm not going to sing because one thing my family could tell you is I can't sing. My daughter even said, "Nanny, Mommy adopted." But there's a song by Tom Jones, "She's a Lady." And the words of the song I'm going to use to describe my mom. He sang, "Oh, she never asked for much, and I don't refuse her. Always treat her with respect. I would never abuse her. What she's got is hard to find, and I don't want to lose her." Mom came from humble beginnings, was much married to this guy, Lalu, and started a new life. I won't tell the sisters what about Mommy attracted Daddy first, but anyway. There were many tough times in her earlier married life. New home, new town, new responsibilities, and the older heads could remember going and living with the mother-in-law. Well, Mom struggled. Could I make this? And then she told us a story. She said, "One day I stood up in my father's house and I looked out the window and I saw this man holding the wife's hand, and they were holding the children's hands. And she said, I want that." Hence started her vision board, what she wanted for her life. And then Tom Jones sang, "Knowing she's okay alone, there's no messing." Sister, you said Mommy to raise her voice, huh? Her determination and fight came with some serious practice. You see, the oldest of 4 children, 2 brothers, Raj and Moti, and her youngest sister, Draupadi. Her brothers challenged her
and she rose to the challenge. Auntie Drips shared a story with us the other night, and she said, my nanny and nana went out and they left their neighbors to look after them. And of course, Motimamu and Uncle Raj challenged her. And Auntie Drupi went running to the neighbor. Sumati killing Moti and Raj. Sumati killing Moti and Raj. By now, she had Motimamu pinned down and Uncle Raj under control. She learned how to fight for herself. She spoke so lovingly about her childhood. She enjoyed walking Auntie Drips to school. She would talk about how she loved taking a little sister to school. Even if she was late, she would go and make sure she got in the line. She would take her to the bathroom, everything. She talked about the fun times with her family, about their dog, Bully. What was it, Bully? Right, Bully. And when she told these joyful stories, you can just hear her melodious laughter. Mom was so known for her laughter. Sandra? My mom's first cousin there, they all talked about Mom's laughter. She was quick, for which she was no match in her humor, and could always make all of us so at ease, no matter how sad you felt. She could reassure you. And then Mr. Jones sang, help me build a mountain from my little pile of clay. Together with Dad, they started a small grocery shop. Mom being the mover and shaker, she would get up early every morning. I guess that was her practice for the Brahmakumaris. She got up very early, started working in her shop. Dad, on the other hand, is getting up early, didn't quite knack it then. My mom figured out how to fix that. You see, the shop, excuse me, was underneath the bedroom floor, which was wooden. So she didn't waste time. She just kept a very long cobweb broom. And while she did her work, she banged the floor. See? Until Dad would finally come downstairs. She was always efficient and effective. They moved on from the grocery shop to an auto parts business. My mother was brilliant for her educational level. She didn't have a college degree, but she was self-educated and very intelligent. And my dad would always say, your mother is so much smarter than so many highly educated people. He would never make a decision without her input. He said, when people are talking, Mom would listen and ask questions that I didn't even think about. She was his best advisor, and their best dividends were 69 years together. Although being a full-time businesswoman, she never shirked her duties of wife and mother. There was always a good meal on the table or in your lunch bag. And let me tell you, she could cook. Tony said, boy, I wouldn't get any good food again. Niala would say, when I cooked for her, yeah, it was nice, but it's not Nani. Okay. Her duties and job did not stop her from what she loved doing, and that was her gardening. And I'm sure you all saw the beautiful flowers there. That meant everything to her. Even though she had broken her hip and had hip replacement, she couldn't walk outside with a walker. She would take the broom, turn it upside down on her arm, and everybody looking for her. Where mommy? Where mommy? Mommy's in her garden. If you've been to our home, you know she has a green thumb. This morning, Dad had them bring her home and just took all the flowers he could from the garden to give to her one last time. But that love for the gardening, she said, started from her childhood. You see, she said she planted some beans. And every day she would go and dig out the seed to see if it grew in. And I think that's when she learned that seeds don't need light. So her green thumb improved. Mom was a kind and compassionate person with no malice in her heart. She always saw the good in people. She was always willing to help others, and she never turned anyone away. Dad would always say, when I help someone, it will always be your mother coming to me saying, Chan, why don't you help so-and-so? But she never needed recognition. That was for him. She was always reading books and learning new things. She always wanted to learn to use the computer. We didn't have Zoom, we didn't have WhatsApp. So Niala drew little pictures for her. Nani, look, you see this? When you see this, like an arrow, you go here. She took that paper and she learned to use the computer. And then she was getting a medical degree because she was researching every medical thing when Daddy gets sick. But she taught herself. That's how she was. Don't know how many of you know this, but Mom started back driving almost when she was 60, Daddy, or 50-something. Yep. She was determined that she will be independent, and she started driving at that age. And the next line says, well, she's never in the way, always something nice to say. Oh, what a blessing. And so many of you have told me how many nice things Mom would say to you. You would share your struggles and your problems, and she would patiently listen. No judgment. Someone shared with me quite recently that when she got pregnant, she told my mom, and she said, your mother never judged me one day, unlike other people who ask her, so when you're getting married, that means you're going to get married? Mom never judged her, supported her, and was there to help her along the way. She was plenty modern for her age. And this one, she's got style, she's got grace, she's a winner. Oh boy. Would you all believe my father said, the two of you combined can't begin to look like my wife when she dressed. Huh? She was a classy lady who always dressed well and ensured we did so as well. Her class, her style, her beauty, we're all trust in that. When I was getting married, my mother called and said, she was in London. She said, okay, I'm buying a wedding dress for you. I said, okay. And that was it. She chose my wedding dress, and most of my friends are like, you didn't see it? My mother had more style than me. But she would always say, Lalu, you can't wear that. You need a change. As she aged and her sight deteriorated, Dad would often remark, for a person who cannot see, you could see every spot on my clothes. The sense of style extended not just to herself, but how she kept her home. Her pride in her home was unmatched by the effort she put into it. And the next line. Well, she knows what I'm about. She can take what I dish out, and that's not easy. Well, she knows me through and through, and she knows just what to do and how to please me. Excuse me. Sister Himlata asked about Dad's secret to their long and loving marriage. Yes, Mom could take what Dad dished out, but she could return softly and sternly too, okay? She was kind but firm. My mother never swore. She did not curse. Never. What was amazing about both my parents is 1 minute you hear, and as she walks 5 steps, Lal, what you want to eat for dinner, boy? Or you hear daddy going, Som, where you going? What you going to do? Sister, no malice, no anger carried forward. That was a conversation that wasn't as sweet as it should have been. And it was done. But there was something else that Nyala said. She said, Nani's marriage lasted because she was a confident woman and she knew how to carry about herself. True story. This morning I went into one of my drawers. I said, Stephen, check how confident your nanny was. There's a picture of one of my father's old girlfriends from since before he was married, and it's still in the drawer. How many of you would allow that? Right? Didn't bother her. She had him. Okay? I could leave her on her own. She knew she had a full life. Her last visit to the cardiologist, she told him, when the cardiologist say, we suspect you have a heart problem, she said, Doc, I had a full life. I'm 88 years. I lived good. I had a happy life, a good family. I don't want any surgery. I don't want anything. If you all find something wrong with me, give me some tablets and send me home. At my stage of life, no, I don't want any surgery. But they were insisting. Your mother lung strong. Your mother kidney strong. Your mother body strong. Your mother's had all her senses. Normally, I wouldn't recommend an open heart surgery, but knowing your mother, I am sure your mom can do this. Remember that lifelong determination we talked about? Well, Houdini showed them. She said, go ahead, no surgery. And she meant it. She traveled on. She was a woman who knew what she wanted, and there was no stopping her. The last night, we all visited Mom as a family. I had spent the whole day with her. And we all got to lovingly say goodbye to her. As Dad was about to walk out of the room, and he got up, everyone kissed her, told her bye, and as Dad got up, she turned, extended her arms for Dad to give her a hug. He gave her a kiss, and she did not touch any family member after that. She knew that she was going to go. Dad says something all the time. He says, girl, in the next life, I am coming back to look for you. What do you say? She said, give me a minute now. Our mom, wife, sister, tanti, kaki, whatever loving name you called her, was a remarkable woman who lived a full and meaningful life. She touched the lives of many. She will be deeply missed by all who knew her. She was so much more in this world. A light and an inspiration who filled everyone she met with a feeling of, you are special and loved. She was a source of strength and wisdom for all of us. I know my mother's spirit will live on in us, and she will always be in our hearts. Mom, you will be missed with every breath of our being, but your love will keep us strong. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for everything you've done, all the support to the BK sisters, brothers. Thank you all. Because I know you all bring that love to all of us that Mom had.
Thank you, Auntie. And now we'll have a song by Brother Vijay Sami.
Om Shanti. I guess all what I've said today is about this beautiful song. It's all about love. And there's two special qualities accompany love is humility and caring. Once there's love, there's some sort of caring and humility. Perhaps love is like a resting place, a shelter from the storm. It exists to give you comfort. It is there to keep you warm. And in those times of trouble when you are most alone, the memory of love will bring you home. Perhaps love is like a window, perhaps an open door. It invites you to come closer. It wants to show you more. And even if you lose yourself and don't know what to do, the memory of love will see you through. Love to some is like a cloud, to some is strong as steel. For some a way of living, for some a way to feel. And some say love is holding on, and some say letting go. And some say love is everything, and some say they don't know. Perhaps love is like an ocean, full of conflict, full of pain. Like a fire when it's cold outside, a thunder when it rains. But if I should live forevermore and all my dreams come true, my memories of love will be of you. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Brother Vijay. And I'll invite Nyala, Nani's granddaughter, my cousin, my sweet sister, to come give her reflections.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm so thankful that you all have come today to celebrate my grandmother. As I was walking up, I realized the change in generation. I walked up with my phone, and my mom walked up with her papers. So my mom described my grandmother in the best way possible. You know, she's a lady, really describes everything that my grandmother was and will always be in our heart. Now, as a grandmother, she's really been more like a second mom to me. She even potty trained me. Yes, there were many laps around the dining table until I had to go. So she read my favorite book probably 2,000 times. I would always say, Nanny, again and again, and she would read it and be falling asleep on herself and be, Nanny, again, and she'd keep going. And, growing up, we had a little box that we would put on the Christmas tree that would sing carols, and the lights would twinkle with it. And she'd sing all the carols with me. I lived in Trinidad for at least a year, and she packed all my school lunches, and she did everything she could for me whenever we were together, and even when we were apart. She's one of the many reasons that I know love in this life, and she's one of the reasons that I understand the difference between religion and spirituality. I grew up with her waking up early, as we've heard many times, sitting on the floor to meditate. But of course, I was young, so I didn't really understand what she was doing. So by the time I was up, I'd hear the rustling, I'd see her on the floor, and then I'd be like, Nanny, why do you go on the floor to sleep? So as an adult, I fully understand she was not sleeping. And so I can see now on my own spiritual journey, I've seen her wake up early so many years and do her readings and study the teachings of the Brahma Kumaris and really nurture her connection with God. So her discipline and her dedication taught me what it is and what it takes to really keep God at the center of your life. There are very few weeks in my life that I haven't spoken to my grandmother. I think I've spoken to her nearly every week of my life, short of maybe her traveling to India. So with her not being here, I will not have my laughing buddy, someone to call, tell what's going on. She was always available and open with open and loving heart to share in happy moments with me, to hear about school happenings, to hear about my friends, to help me with figuring out something to cook, to tell me the oil was too hot, I didn't do this, to tell me that my vegetables are a little too raw. So all of these things. And I really enjoyed being able to call her and tell her about anything that was going on. We had a chicken in our neighborhood that liked to live in a tree, and she would ask me about how is the chicken doing, and I would laugh, and everybody can talk about her laughter and how it just made you feel happy inside. So I'll miss that. And I lost my nanny, and my laughing buddy, oh no. Nope, I can do this. And my confidant. And to me, my life is, life is like a puzzle. And when somebody passes, to me, it's like you lose a puzzle piece. And nothing fits in that little hole just right ever again. And I'm sure that my life will be beautiful as the whole puzzle. But that little piece will always remain open. And I'm sure that I'll meet her soul again. And today, whenever I feel sad, I would talk to my nanny, and though she was a source of comfort, she's also a source of strength, and she never encouraged any wallowing or sitting in despair. So I know we all are missing her today, and we're shedding tears, but as she's told me many times, to keep God at the center of our life and to have courage. Thank you all so much for sharing your love with us today.
Thank you, Niyala. Such beautiful reflections and sentiments. Now I'd like to invite Nani's nephews, my uncles Kawal and Kamal Singh, to Kamal and Kewal, yeah. Is it Kamal and Kewal? What did I say?
Om Shanti. Morning, Sitaram, everybody. We are the nephews of Mamu and Mami. And I will go back with my beginning for about 63 years ago, when Mami started her shop. I will start from there. I was about 14, and there I would like to say it in my own way, think of Mami, Sumati Mami, from the beginning of the times that I knew her, how we became very close. After this beautiful young lady got married to my Mamu, And having 3 lovely children, she started a grocery shop in Arima. I was about 14, like I said, after elementary school. My mom took me and said, go, Mama will teach you motor car parts. And that's the beginning. And also there, Mommy taught me to wrap sugar in the brown paper, take it, wrap it, and spin it, and have that hearty smile. I can hear her still, that voice, Mommy. You can tell her what? You will hear, ha ha ha. That's Mommy. And from there on, yeah. So, Channel Mamu, in the auto parts business, there I had the opportunity to join Mommy in the shop with the auto parts. She then taught me as a young man how to laugh as well and say quiet when people tell you unpleasant things. When customers tell her anything, she will just laugh, ha ha ha. And like I said, Mommy voice, she has a loving her laugh. It was so pleasant that you could never know that she was upset for any reason. That's Mommy, you know. Since then, our connection, I'm going very short and very spaced there. Since then, our connections and relations as love and remain as mother and son. I always consider. Saturday gone, I visited her. We sit together, chat a regular old long time about Channel Mamu and the family. There was always a discussion, always, family, how we grow and whatnot. And about 4 o'clock, I got a call from my wife. They was in the mall and they were to go. Same time, Mommy sit like this on the chair and holding. I said, Mommy, you okay? She said, yes, I'm okay. So I stayed here a while again, talking with her, but she wasn't saying anything. So there I had to leave for about half an hour after. Believe it or not, Mommy stand up and hug me tight and say, Kewal, you have a good heart. You are blessed. I love you. And she sat back down. I felt her blessings came from when I was 14, coming up till this day, as a mother and as a father. So, there, as she stood and gave me that blessings, so I left with good wishes for her. The next thing I heard, which was Sunday morning, she was in hospital. Then, after that, the saddest news, what happened. I am sure that she have done tapasya and will get her wishes. And Brahma Baba will receive the Atma with open hands for her. She will all be remembered, and I want my mommy my mamu to be strong and take care of himself. We are always at your side. We love you, Mamu. Thank you.
Well, that day Keval visited and he got his hug. Just a couple of days before, I just sang a line for Mami.
And she told him, well, yeah, I have to hear him sing again. I'm no singer, but I'll try, and I'm sure you all will help me, and I'll sing. Hey Ram, Hey Ram, Hey Ram, Hey Ram. जग में सच्चा तेरो नाम हे राम हे राम हे राम हे राम तू ही माता तू ही पिता है तू ही माता तू ही पिता है तू ही तू है राधा के श्याम हे राम हे राम हे राम हे राम तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी तेरे चरणों में चारों नाम हे राम हे राम हे राम हे राम तू ही बिगाड़े तू है सवारे तू ही बिगाड़े तू है सवारे इस जग के सारे नाम हे राम हे राम हे राम हे राम तू ही जगराता विश्व विधाता तू ही जगराता विश्व विधाता तू ही सबुहा तू विशाम हे राम हे राम हे राम हे राम Stephen, thank you. Oh, this one. See you.
Thank you, uncles. And now we invite my auntie Sandra, Nani's cousin, to give her reflections.
Greetings, everyone. I'd like my husband to come with me for a minute, please. You will know what you're going to do after. I am Sum's cousin. Her father and my mother were brothers and sisters. On behalf of my sisters, Dulcie, Joyce, and Shandy, who live abroad, are unable to be here today, I extend our deepest and sincerest condolences to the members of the bereaved family. Sum was not just one of our beloved cousins, but someone whom we admired, adored, cherished, and considered our elder sister. The numerous moments, enjoyable times, and fond memories we shared with Sumat will remain etched in our minds for the rest of our lives. Sumat was always there for us, no matter what the occasion might have been. We know we could lean on her for whatever support we needed. Among her many attributes, which we all will never forget, is her demeanor. Sumat loved to laugh, and everyone seemed to know that. Whenever she was around, there was always be an aura of happiness filled with laughter. We will definitely miss that. But since we all know that death is inevitable, We say thank you, Lord, for bringing into our lives such a precious and remarkable individual in the person of Sumat. We feel confident that her good deeds most definitely outweigh whatever shortcomings she may have during her time on earth. And therefore, with arms wide open, the Supreme Lord and Master would welcome her into his domain, and that her soul will find eternal peace and happiness. Farewell soon. We meet again. Shanti. Now my husband knows Sumat loves Shiva, but she just wants to sing a little one, not as long as Keval.
Om Shanti. Jai 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 Tripurari, Jai 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 Tripurari, Jai Trilochan, Jai Dukamochan, Jai Trilochan, Jai Dukamochan, Jai Mangala Kari, Jai 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 Tripurari, Jai 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 Tripurari. Mukti Prada Ek Sharan Tirange Shisha Jata Me Shobhiti Gange. Mukti Prada Ek Sharan Tirange Shisha Jata Me Shobhiti Gange. Anga Babhuta Ramai Dole, Jai Hilash Bikari, Jai 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 Tripurari, Jai 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 Tripurari, Jai 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 Tripurari, Jai 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 Tripurari.
Yeah, I forgot my phone. So you see how, if I forgot my phone, what would happen? See how good, better this is?
So as we draw to the end phase of the ceremony, I know there's lots that everyone would like to say. So there is a condolence book outside the door. I invite you to add your sentiments and your thoughts there to the family. And now we move into the arti, and I invite the Brahmakumari sisters to put flowers and perform. Yeah. Yeah. So who wants to do arti and who wants to put flowers? Starting with the sisters. Okay. So everyone can put flowers. We'll start with the sisters, and if you, arti is optional. Sisters and brothers. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we go sing a do song. Yeah. तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का। तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का, सधराह दिका करके, उद्धार करो दुर्गा, उद्धार करो दुर्गा। दर्शन हो माँ तेरे, सबकी अभिलाषा है, मन में रहो तुम सबकी, तुमसे यही आशा है। दर्शन हो माँ तेरे, सबकी अभिलाषा है, मन में रहो तुम सबकी, तुमसे यही आशा है। क्या मेरा क्या उसका, ये अपना पराया क्या, सर ज्योति जला करके, रोशन करो जग सारा, रोशन करो जग सारा। तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का, सधराह दिका करके, उद्धार करो दुर्गा, उद्धार करो दुर्गा। संसार तो माया है, कभी धूप कभी छाया है, एक दिन उसे जाना है, जो भी यहाँ आया है। संसार तो माया है, कभी डूब कभी छाया है, एक दिन उसे जाना है, जो भी यहाँ आया है। क्या रंग है जीवन का, क्या रूप है माँ भव का, तुम ज्ञान भरा करके, उपकार करो दुर्गा, उपकार करो दुर्गा। तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का, सधराह दिका करके, उद्धार करो दुर्गा, उद्धार करो दुर्गा। दर्शन हो माँ तेरे, सबकी अभिलाषा है, मन में रहो तुम सबकी, तुमसे यही आशा है। दर्शन हो माँ तेरे, सबकी अभिलाषा है, मन में रहो तुम सबकी, तुमसे यही आशा है। क्या रंग है जीवन का, क्या रूप है माँ भव का, तुम ज्ञान भरा करके, उपकार करो दुर्गा, उपकार करो दुर्गा। संसार तो माया है, कभी धूप कभी छाया है, एक दिन उस जाना है जो भी यहाँ आया है। संसार तो माया है, कभी डूब कभी छाया है। एक दिन उस जाना है जो भी यहाँ आया है। क्या रंग है जीवन का, क्या रूप है माँ भव का। तुम ज्ञान भरा करके उपकार करो दुर्गा, उपकार करो दुर्गा। तुम विंध्य सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का। तुम विंध्य सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का। ओम शांति, 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 हरा है सुख कर ये मंत्र मन है। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति से हम घुजाए आवो धरती व्योम, आवो धरती व्योम। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति से होता है विकृतियों का होम, विकृतियों का होम। ओम शांति की महिमा समझे दुनिया की हर को। ये ध्वनि मंगल ध्वनि है। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति करे जागृत आत्मा में जो, आत्मा में जो। ओम शांति, ओम शांति,
Hi everyone, thank you very much. Can we observe a moment of silence as we conclude the ceremony here today and prepare ourselves to move to the next, on to the next journey as we see Nani Sumati off. Just really maintain some reverence for her. Please and thank you.
Om Shanti.
Anything else? But not this. Let me chant Om now. Let me chant Om. Let's chant Om now. Let's chant Om.
So there is not too much talking until the
Om Shanti. Can we get some silence, please? So, as the body is about to go, yeah. So we would like everyone to join with us for a few minutes as we chant Om to give her this final leave. We want to get this deep feeling of the silence, which is something she would really appreciate now as we wish her her final goodbye. This is the energy now we would like to send her off with. Om. Om Shanti. Oh, oh. Okay, they can play this song.
सबको यही सुनाना है। अब घर जाना है कि अब घर जाना है, अब घर जाना है कि अब घर जाना है। आदि अंत का मंत्र यही है, सबको यही सुनाना है। अब घर जाना है कि अब घर जाना है, अब घर जाना है कि अब घर जाना है। सबका मालिक जहाँ का वासी, सब आत्माएं जहाँ से आती, जिस घर के हम सब हैं भांति, जहाँ आत्मा शांति पाती। शांति धाम या ब्रह्मलोक वो, शांति धाम या ब्रह्मलोक वो, उसे न कभी भुलाना है। अब घर जाना है कि अब घर जाना है, अब घर जाना है कि अब घर जाना है। शांति का संदेश सुनाए, शांति की किरणें फैलाए, शांति कुंड की ज्योति से हर एक ज्योति को जगाए। चलेंगे होकर देह से न्यारे, चलेंगे होकर देह से न्यारे, साथ सभी को जाना है। अब घर जाना है कि अब घर जाना है, अब घर जाना है कि अब घर जाना है। भर जाए